Alright, good afternoon, good evening, good morning, whatever time of day it is. This is the final video with regard to our Chapter 1 Intro to Excel and Intro to Excel spreadsheets. And this particular video is going to center on worksheets, page setup, and printing capabilities. So the first piece that we're going to be looking at is just your overall worksheet management. Inserting and deleting worksheets, copying and moving a worksheet, as well as renaming worksheets. And then we're going to transition to some page setup options for your worksheet to include portrait and landscape, creating headed footers, and then also providing some sheet options within the page setup capabilities of Microsoft Excel. And then finally, we'll cover previewing and printing worksheets. Let's move over to our worksheet that we've been working through this entire chapter. And again, this is our annual sales, top sailor of the month that we've been working through. And let's just say, for the sake of continuing on with this particular worksheet, we want to carry over some of the same capabilities that this worksheet does for 2017. So you would go ahead and right-click on the worksheet itself, and we're going to do a move or copy, and it'll give you a move or copy dialog. We're going to click the create a copy. We're going to move this particular selected sheet in book 2. We're going to move it to the end. So we're going to click OK, and it's going to give us a copy version of this initial spreadsheet. So again, to just rename the spreadsheet, again, you right-click the spreadsheet name, click rename, and let's just say we're going to call this Top Sales 2017. And the benefit of doing this is that now, when 2017 hits, we can go through and we can input our top sales individual. We can update their sales amount, and as long as their commission rate remains the same, or even if it changes, we can update that information. The key point here is that we have our formulas in place that will do the monthly calculations. So again, benefit of doing moving and copying is if you want to use that as a template. If you have some additional worksheets in here that are no longer necessary, like specifically sheet 1 and sheet 3 here, you can click on that, highlight that, right-click on it, select the delete, and it will remove that worksheet. If you want to insert a new worksheet into your workbook, click on the plus sign to the right, and again, it will give you the ability to create a worksheet. And just as I showed you, you can actually move these worksheets around manually by using a shortcut, not going through the move dialog. You can actually click on the worksheet, hold onto it, and when you see the page appear in the little black down arrow, you can actually move that across, and it will shift the worksheet to the right or to the left, according to how and where you want this worksheet to appear. So essentially, that is covering inserting, deleting, moving, and copying worksheets. And one thing to note too is that as I showed in the dialog box here, you can actually copy a particular sheet into a new book, and it will go ahead and open up a brand new book. You see it changed to book 3 instead of book 2. So you can save that off into another file if you would like. Alright, moving on to the final piece of this particular video. This is going to cover selecting page setup options. So the page setup group in the page layout tab, which is right in through here, contains options to set margins, orientation, page size, select a print area, and apply other options within that particular capability group. So in order to specify page options and just modify your page options, if you click the arrow to the right here, it will bring the page setup dialog. And here's where you can go in there change the orientation of your particular worksheet to from portrait to landscape. You can change the paper size as well as the print quality. There's a high, medium, low, and draft, and then any page numbering that you need to go ahead and specify. On the next tab, we have margins. There's where you can specify your the various margins of the print area. You can adjust these figures from their default values. But again, this is where you would go ahead and specify that information. Moving on to the next tab, we have the header and footer. Again, you can go ahead and include some specific header information if you would like, putting in the page number, a column heading in there. You can create a custom header if you would like. Same thing with the footer. You can put page 1 of, as well as just again creating your custom footer with information that you would like to include with it. Some of the things that you can include in the header and footer, specifically with regard to some of the specific information or intrinsic information into the with regard to the workbook is or the worksheet is the page number, the number of pages. You can put a current date into the header or footer, current time, a file path for any kind of reference reasons, file name as well, put the sheet name, as well as any pictures as well in the header or the footer. So again, those are the type of options with regard to the header and footer that you can create and apply to your worksheet. Moving over to the sheet tab, again this is option specific to the sheet. You can specify a print area. You can click and specify what area you want to print. You don't want to print the entire worksheet, but you can specify that. Any columns to repeat at the left. You can specify grid lines, draft quality, again all this information. And then one other piece that I want to point out here is the page order. As you can probably see over here to the right, you see a dotted line that indicates the end of your page. So depending on how you have your worksheet spread out, will can determine how you want that to print, either down and then over, or over and then down. And then once you have your margins, your page, your header and footer, and all your sheet options set up, we have the print preview button, which opens a print preview, gives you basically a view of what your worksheet is going to look like once it's printed out. And again, you can decide to go ahead and print that, or you can decide to go ahead and go back to your page options and adjust accordingly. Again, this closes out the last video for Chapter 1. If you have any questions with regard to any of the